Hello, I'm novelist and critic Kim Newman, and you won't be hearing that much from me for the rest of this commentary track because I'm merely here to moderate. I'm going to ask the three wonderful people who are with me to introduce themselves and to explain their connection with this film. We'll start with Madeline.
Yes, hello. What about that? I'm the gormless Bella. I'm Diana Dawes' daughter, and they are the Wickens family. And mostly you hear her shout, "Wickens!" At her drunken husband, and that's my daddy.
That's the lovely Madeline Smith, the lovely Rosalind Landau.
Good afternoon. I am Rosalind Landau, and I play Sarah, or Sarah. We're kind of interested to see what happens as we watch this. Latimer, and I'm one of the two ghost children who ask for help from the two children who play in the more modern part of the film.
And on the end, we have the equally lovely Stuart Locke.
Well, thank you very much. I play Tom Mortimer. I'm often seen climbing up drain pipes, trying to rescue the children from the evil and wicked step people that are trying to do them wrong.
That's my family.
Indeed.
And so, of course, for this commentary track, we have the younger generation of this film, which is a film mostly about the kids. The adults are sort of grotesque caricature character actor parts, and the drama is carried by the children of this. It's a we believe it was made in 1972 and certainly released in 1972.
That's my remembrance, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, we have a little kerfuffle about the dates you remember and
Yes.
the ones that are official. I tend to believe you.
Right. I seem to think it was made and released in the same year, but I could be wrong.
It was Lionel Jeffries' second film as a director after the enormous success of The Railway Children.
Yes.
It fits into a British genre of children's fantasy time slip, spooky ghostly adventures. It's based on a novel called The Ghosts by Antonia Barber, which was out in Puffin Books. This is in fact a remake. It had been done on Jackanory on BBC TV. It had been read out the year before. That's not the Barry Levinson who later went on to make Dinah and Young Sherlock Holmes and
That's
many
correct,
other things.
yes.
It's another producer of the same name who I'm surprised, in fact, that as it were, the other Barry Levinson wasn't forced to change his name because people usually were.
It does happen quite often,
yeah.
and they are requested to change names. Yes, indeed.
Particularly because it's quite a similar. They have a few overlaps in. But anyway, so to clear up any confusion, not that Barry Levinson, and here we have in what in the novel is the modern day sequence. The novel is aggressively contemporary with neon and supermarkets, but in the adaptation, it's been pushed back to 1918, although with no mention of the war, funnily enough, which I think is one of the reasons why this film has survived. It doesn't date at all because it's a period piece. You can't look at it and say, look at those terrible clothes and haircuts and listen to the silly music. Yeah, it still has it's two different historical periods that are overlaid. And we begin with the amazing Mr. Blunden himself, Lawrence Naismith, a wonderful character actor, who rather surprisingly gets top billing in the titles. Was it always called The Amazing Mr. Blunden when you came aboard it?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so. Yes, I don't think there was any working titles for it. It was just called The Amazing Mr. Blunden, and
Because the book is called The Ghosts, and I can see why you changed that, because it gives a slightly too spooky notion of the kind of film it's going to be.
It is I who must apologise for disturbing your meal.
I suppose it fits in with the sort of Willy Wonka magical character type driven films. So do you have any memories of Lawrence Naismith?
I do. I have some wonderful memories of watching him in Jason and the Argonauts, who was just a wonderful film. And I later found out that, as actors go on to work with each other, he was also in Scrooge with Albert Finney, that I was also in. And so our paths have crossed. But a wonderful, wonderful actor, yes.
And it's a very rare instance of him, as it were, getting title billing. I mean, he must have been delighted.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, he's one of our most prolific character actors, certainly through British cinema and television. He was in The Persuaders.
Well, we all were, Rosalind.
Yes, he was definitely. But you had this sense when you met him for the first time that there was a gravitas there. He was very aware of fulfilling something with this role, I think.
Unfortunately, do you know, I have to confess, I never got to meet him.
Oh, yes, because he's in a different time period to you.
I was really disappointed about that. As you will see as the film goes on, my scenes are very insular in a way. So I just met a particular bunch of lovely actors, and I sadly didn't meet him. I think he's wonderful.
It's been suggested that Lionel Jeffries could perhaps have played this part himself, but he cast Lawrence Naismith, who looks a lot like Lionel Jeffries.
Now you
play
mention
the
it, he
part.
does look a bit like him. Yes,
A more benign version.
Yeah.
Because Lionel, although he was just the most enchanting person in real life, could look quite scary when he chose.
Yeah. And
there's Gary.
Yes.
There's Gary.
Yeah. And do you remember the other children in this film? Lynn Frederick was the I suppose notionally the lead, although weirdly she doesn't actually get that much to do in the story.
Well, she's the one that sort of gets everything going.
The energy.
And I think and I think that it's again a film where women in this period don't tend to get leading roles.
Yeah.
And I don't mean historically. I mean, that's what I mean, is historically women were always subservient to action. But she gets to be the protagonist in that way.
Absolutely.
So,
I remember her being very charming and giving me some lifts to the station in her convertible MG when she was about 18, 19.
Do you remember what colour it was?
She was, I think it was... No,
duck egg
I think it's
blue.
green or red.
Duck egg
But
blue
she was
it was.
charming, and she said,
She
she said, I'll
was.
give you a lift to the station after this. It was just
She was also
lovely.
incredibly young. She must have only just passed
She
her
had.
driving
She had.
test.
I think I was about
17.
17, 18 when I had when we made the film, and I think Lynn was about 18, 19.
Who was that? Sorry.
I was about 17, 18.
You were
I think.
17, 18.
And I think Lynn was about 18,
And
19.
Lynn-
She had just passed the test.
Yes, don't push it too hard. I think Rosalind, I think she was 17.
17, okay, yeah.
We wouldn't be afraid of a ghost like that, would we, Lucy? You wouldn't know they were ghosts, would you? Unless, of course, you could see through them.
And I was 13.
Through them. But even that,
Oh, you were so sweet.
I was 13
Yeah,
years
absolutely adorable. And I was about, if it was 1972, I thought it was 73, then I was about 21. Crikey.
Yes, you were in the veteran.
Was I ever? Yes.
And in fact, it's said in the script that you play the character who's caught between childhood and the adult world, so you can sort of see ghosts, but not completely.
I think Kim, I think I could see them pretty well.
Yeah.
As you
Yes,
will
there's a
see.
scene with you on the stairs,
There
isn't
is
there, with Mummy?
indeed.
Yeah,
And,
but you see them as transparent superimpositions
Yes, this is
rather
true.
than actually being in that script. So, how did each of you get involved in this project?
When you come to the house,
We'll go
Yeah.
start with because he's on my right. They
Well,
can't see
I
it.
had a call from my agent at the time, who asked me to go along to do a reading for Lionel Jeffries at the Hendale offices in Mayfair.
Oh, yes.
And I was fortunate enough to have had a glance at the script prior to going into the reading. And so we went in, and Lionel Jeffries said, I want you to read so-and-so and so-and-so. He said, would you like to have 10 minutes just to look over it? I said, well, no, I think I'll be okay, And so we just went straight into it. And then he asked me to read another scene. And he said, got the producer in, and he listened, and he said, well, we'd like to offer you the part. And that was it. And it doesn't happen these days.
It didn't happen then.
It was
didn't
just,
happen then.
It was just incredible. And I was glowing, obviously, and delighted. And I came out on cloud nine. It was wonderful. And that was it. So it was one reading and offered the job there and then. So I don't know whether that was anything to do with they hadn't cast it and they were coming up to the schedule or something, or whatever it was. But it was.
You read in a different accent too, didn't you?
I did, yes. I read in the accent that you can hear on the film. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did read in the accent. Yeah, having known
Clinched it,
that
I
it was
think.
required. Yeah.
A very happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas!
Who was he anyway? He didn't say, did he?
Oh, look, we have the wonderful,
Oh, Graham Crowden.
wonderful
What
Graham
great
Crowden.
character actor. Very scene-stealing eyebrows and nostrils.
Yes. And who was it? One Foot in the Grave? He ended up doing
I
the...
think, yeah. He did a lot. I always think of him from Lindsay Anderson's films. But,
Oh, right.
as the mad scientist in that. But he had been in literally every British
Yes.
TV show. And
I did a
film.
Crown Court with him.
Oh.
That's where I met my future husband, David Buck, and it was him, dear Graham, who came up to me and said, "I think you two are meant for each other."
Oh, how sweet.
Quite extraordinary. Yeah, he's lovely. He did have a slightly eerie quality about him. Wonderful man.
And that's Dorothy Allison playing the mother, who was actually an Australian actress, but had a wonderful career here from about, I think, the early 50s on. And Lionel used friends. He had his own, before repertory company in film was a thing. That's what Lionel had.
He did.
Yeah, because she's in Baxter, his next film, and a whole bunch of other projects they did together.
Yes.
Oh, I liked her. I like her. She's lovely.
And I wanted to say the baby
Yes.
was played by one of the lighting cameraman's children. I'm not sure, but
do
it
you
was
know
definitely
this?
yeah. I don't
Because
remember.
you
I
are.
didn't know that. Because
Yes.
I know. But yes, Benji was definitely was one of the
Yes, the baby
crews.
gets a credit, actually. I
He
think
does get a
he's
credit.
Very,
He was
Yes.
so
very kindly.
good,
He was a very well behaved baby.
wasn't he?
I think these days they have 2 or 3 children on set in case one
And
of them
dogs.
is a problem. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Animals
it's,
and babies always got understudies.
Yeah, it's Benjamin Smith, who is in fact third billed on the IMDb listing for this, above all of you. Yeah,
Oh, that's so lovely.
Best behaved child.
Maybe he's my illegitimate son. You never know. Named Smith.
So there they are looking at the right Mr. Blunden. Yes.
Mystery.
right. So, Rosalind, getting back to your involvement.
Oh, yes. Well, my father was an agent at the time, and I had already appeared in a film version of Jane Eyre, which I believe Lionel had seen, and so I was called in.
Oh, you die horribly in that. And is
Well, I don't
it's
quietly.
the suffering
It
role.
is awful
the suffering role.
consumption, but yes,
Helen,
I'm very
isn't
quiet
it?
in the going.
Yeah.
Yes, and made at Pinewood, so I'd already worked
Yeah.
at Pinewood, and of course this was shot around Pinewood and at the studio. So, but sort of a home away from home for me for a few years there.
Who's that old man?
It's
Eric Chitty.
Eric Chitty, another great British character
Yes.
actor.
Thought I recognised him. Sorry, Rosalind.
No.
Carry on. I just suddenly
it's
saw
good. I
him.
think it's nice that we mention everybody
Yeah.
as they appear because they're, Gary, unfortunately, has left the industry as far as I can make out. I believe he's not involved in it anymore. So, otherwise, he would be here today. I'm sure.
I think I did a couple of episodes of Police, Sir, with Eric Chitty. I
Yes,
think he was
that's
one
right.
of the
Yeah, he was-
teachers,
yeah,
if I remember
yeah.
correctly.
Marvellous face.
Yes, yes.
Cheerio then, Herbert. Cheerio, Dick. Any more want to get off then?
Just us now, Herbert. The big house, please. Langley Park.
Langley Park?
Langley Park, Herbert.
Yes, Mr. Clutterbuck. Don't ask me to help with the bags like the times before, will you? Ghoulies and ghosties and long-leggedy beasties that place has got. Don't ask me to help, Mr. Clutterbuck.
Proceed, Herbert. Mere country superstition. Proceed!
The other thing I love about this film is the meticulous attention which Jenny Agutter mentions about the railway children in interviews that she's done.
Yes.
Where Lionel was so specific about wanting everything had to be the original.
Yes, absolutely.
And we had screen tests with costumes and wigs before we actually came to do the film.
Did you?
Yes,
Wasn't
we did.
it?
Because
I
that's
didn't.
where I first met you.
I didn't.
And we were told to make... You didn't?
I
Maybe-
didn't.
You know what? Because you were busy doing
Did
something
I?
else. That's probably what it was.
Oh, I would have enjoyed all that.
Yes.
I love how they've made the house look
Yeah.
so creepy.
Yeah, and that's Heatherden Hall, as seen in very, very many British films.
Everything that was made at Pinewood.
Yes, that's right. 'cause it's
Funny
very-
that, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's right. Yeah, it's
But all the carry-on films and everything.
all the carry-ons, many murder mysteries. Yeah, the Ghoul. I know it's like
Cool. Oh.
yeah. It's just. And in fact here it's particularly well used, and they've obviously spent a bit of time redressing it, which usually they didn't. They just point the camera at how wonderful it was. But
Your key.
That's great stuff.
And the music is starting to come into its own now.
say.
yeah, Elmer Bernstein,
Yeah.
which is an unusual signing for this. It suggests a kind of international feel rather than a British cinema feel, although it's a very, very British film.
Would he have been more costly than Kim?
Probably, yes. I
Yes.
mean, Magnificent Seven.
Yes,
it's like
quite.
a big Hollywood composer.
Yes.
But he was also known for being fast, so I imagine that probably got him a lot of work.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great music, actually. It's great. It needs atmosphere, this film.
And so, Madeline, how did you get into this?
Do you know? I don't know. I think, what a ridiculous answer.
Yeah.
I think I looked very similar in The Two Ronnies, which I'd done very shortly
Yes,
before,
yeah.
also in pale blonde wigs. In Ronnie Barker's spoof classic serial, the first series of The Two Ronnies.
Which
And
I remember very well.
Well, I was equally dumb. And I think it cast me, thought, there's somebody naturally stupid.
Yeah,
We'll have her.
But in fact, had the Two Ronnies proved that you could do comedy? Because in fact, you're a comedy villain in this.
Well, I'm comedy anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever I do.
Well, previously
it
you've
sneaks
done
out.
kind of glamorous and horrible.
You're very generous, Kim. But actually, my very first, or not very first, but my first wish to be remembered telly was Doctor at Large, where I played Arthur Lowe's daughter in a number of episodes. And guess I learnt a bit, or two or three things from the great man. And from there on, it was comedy all the way, really. Even, let's be honest, in my horror appearances.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I can never resist.
Can
Yeah.
I interject for 1 second? I
Please,
believe
Rosalind.
they filmed this after the scenes at the end. I think they destroyed the set, and these scenes were filmed.
Are you giving things
after.
away you shouldn't,
Yeah.
Rosalind?
No, I
By
don't
any
think so.
chance?
No, I don't think so. But there is that
Something
sense
happens, does it, Rosalind? No.
I believe there may be. Was I there at the time?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
It looks fantastic, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
It's
Same pigeons, do you think, that were used in the earlier experience?
Probably. I think I lent those from my house.
yeah. So, did you feel that this movie was going to be scary? Yeah. Because it's a particular kind of ghost story that's sort of creepy, but not, because the ghosts in it aren't threatening. There's the people are scary, aren't they? I mean,
Don't forget,
I'm going to comment in a minute on this
Yeah,
one,
I mean-
because I had some feedback on that aspect.
Right. Yes,
Rosalind,
you did.
you
You did.
first,
I know. and
sweetheart.
that's
You
very
first.
interesting.
Come on.
We didn't know Diana. None of us had met Diana. Well, I think you'd worked with Diana before.
I knew Diana
yes,
previously.
but we didn't know what the look was going to be. She certainly wasn't on the day that I went and did the scene with Stuart, where we were doing costume and makeup checks. I didn't meet her that day, so I had no idea what she was going to look like before she came on the set. And the scary part of it, no, because I think it didn't feel scary to me reading through the script prior to walking on a set. And I'm handing that over to you.
Well, only to say that a number of children over the years have said that they found it very frightening.
Yeah.
Very scary. I don't know what, Kim, I ask you this, what age group is it actually aimed at?
That's an interesting point. I think it's aimed at sort of what I think of as the Puffin Books audience, which I suppose is 8 to 15. I also think that children were much tougher back then than they are now in terms of the kind of stuff. And in fact, when this movie came out, I would have been 12, and I was probably what I would have thought of as the upper age range for it. In that at 12, you sort of want to move on to Hammer films. You know, you've been through childhood ghost stories, and you want to get to the grown-up stuff.
Yes.
And looking at this, there are some sequences which could be scary but are directed or have music to make them more comical. But what I'd forgotten until I watched it again is actually how terrifying David Lodge is in one particular scene at the end.
Yes.
And how vicious Diana Dawes
Well,
is.
that's the thing. I think so. I think I agree with you. I think not under 8.
Yeah.
I think small children, no. That's a very good point. Thank you for that.
Say the house is haunted. Well, it probably is. Children know a lot more than grown-ups about such things. Good night, Lucy.
Good night. Just a lot of rumours, I expect, Jamie. But I did hear voices, honestly, I did.
My dear girl, all big houses have voices. If they're alone for a long while, everyone knows that.
Just trying to be clever. Good night, James.
And here we have a very impressive entrance.
Isn't it wonderful?
What's the matter? I think I've seen... What is... Oh, James, you know!
It's beautifully shot when you think that there was no digital anything in those days.
It's all. I mean, it's among the most simple special effects, isn't it? Superimposition, but it's Yes, I also like the U certificate level of swearing, isn't it? Bloomin' Henry, you know, I mean, which I'm sure caught on.
Period swearing.
Yes,
It's a sort of swearing from My Fair Lady,
yes,
isn't it?
that's
It's
right.
you know.
That
Bloomin'
is
Heck.
so well done. I love this.
Okay,
when
so
you appear.
the funniest thing every
Yes.
time I've
Yes.
been drawn to this is how long my arms are. I was 12, so I had not grown into my body at this point, and my arms are stuck by my knees.
Yes, lovely.
So, did you like your outfit?
I loved everything about this. I will say, of all of the people in this room, excluding you, Kim, because you don't have to deal with that, I'm the only one wearing a wig.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I had a 3/4 fall, it's called, which is sort of from hairband level backwards. And I loved my wig, and I wanted it, and I wanted to take it home. I really did. I wanted to wear it all the time.
It is gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
Where did you get the wig from? Where did it? Wig Creations.
Wig Creations.
Wig Creations.
Yes,
That was the
that's
place.
who
That
did
was
it.
the place to
Yes.
go, wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
All of the costumes, as far as I'm aware, were made from scratch, except,
Yes.
and this was Lionel's sort of totem, was that he took things from Rum Production. She's wearing Jenny Agata's coat from the Railway Children.
Who are you?
In Linda's, that's what she's wearing. And a lot of bits and pieces. I have a blue night-dressy thing that I believe she wore as red flannel in the Railway Children, is my dressing gowny thing. So, yeah.
Wonder where they'd been kept all that time.
I'm presuming Cosprop or
Is it Burmans and Nathans?
Yeah.
we all
No, I don't think they
one
exist
called-
anymore. Do they?
No,
Burmans and
I
Nathans?
don't think
Now it's
so.
Angels on Shaftesbury
Yes,
Avenue,
yes.
now,
Yes,
isn't
right.
it?
That Angels was an apology of a shop in them days,
Yes,
wasn't
that's right.
it?
Yeah, I mean they now own the market.
Yes, they
That's
do.
it. And here we have another splendid British character
my
actor, James
husband.
Villiers. Yeah.
who I worked with either just before or just after this.
Did you?
This is weird. The connection between Edith Nesbit. He played Edith Nesbit's husband in a play that BBC Television did called The Edwardians.
You buddy. Cry, boy. Cry.
And I was really crying, by the way. I was really sad that day. And look, there you're really
Oh,
sad
yes.
as well, Stuart.
I'm sad as well.
Oh. And I didn't realise, by the way, I had no idea what Victorian posh funerals were like. So this was this is one of the things the film taught me, was how it would have looked.
Yeah.
Ah, here
And
I
there she
am.
is.
There she is.
Oh,
Scene, yeah.
wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Showing a bit of leg.
Yeah. Is that a set or a real that you go to Wilton's musical or wherever?
No, that was a set.
All right.
That was a set, wasn't it,
Yes.
Rosalind? Yes,
Yeah.
of course it was. It does look
Yeah.
marvellous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very often they rent a Richmond theatre, but they didn't on this
That
occasion.
could well have been a Wilton's musical, actually.
Yeah.
Absolutely
You mentioned
right.
it.
Well, presumably they copied it from
Yes,
something.
Yes, they
Yes.
may well
I'm
have.
thinking.
Yeah.
I was bonkers about that costume.
Oh, you had a wig for this. I'm being daft.
Yeah.
Yes,
But the children, I was
exactly.
meaning the children
Yeah.
before. The
No,
children
no.
didn't.
Yeah.
I was only one of the... Sorry.
He was great fun, wasn't he, Rosalind? Mr. Villiers.
Yes.
Yes, he's another one of those British actors who he was in many bad films but never gave a bad performance.
Thank
He
you.
was a real lord, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he?
Real
Yes.
type.
I didn't
Oh,
realise
Villiers
that.
family.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so.
Aren't they all related to Churchill in some kind of a way?
I think
Yes. Yeah. I think it's either
This
his-
is
his
so
ne-
funny.
Yeah.
And of course, this is our first real look at the room
Yes,
that
as it
becomes
was.
so important
Yes,
later on in the film.
Actually, watching this again, this single shot is so perfect, isn't it? It conveys so much information without actually having to go into that set.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just
Very clever.
Yeah,
Yes.
look up, look
Yes.
down. You know what's going on. I think Lionel Jeffries is actually now rather underrated as a director because he
Totally
only
agree.
made 5 or 6
Yeah,
films.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Kim, what
And-
were the others? Please.
Railway Children, this, Baxter, The Water Babies, and Wambling Free. And that's about it. I believe he was working on a
There's
couple of
Mummy.
other projects.
Mummy.
Yes.
Mummy
another-
with warts on.
Yes.
Mummy looking a little more together at
Yes.
this point.
Lovely.
than she
Yeah.
does
Lovely.
later.
Weekends, there we go.
Yeah. Yes. she's-
Wrecker Wicked.
Oh, that's wonderful. I don't remember that.
There's David Lodge.
Yeah.
Ah, fabulous.
Again, another wonderful British character actor who here he's playing a mute, isn't he? Or he has some grunts or whatever. But
Well,
still,
he's a fighter,
Yeah.
and he's lost his marbles.
And his best friend in real life, or one of them was
Henry whatnot.
the Pink Panther.
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers.
Who later
Yes.
married
Who
Lynn
married
Frederick.
Lynn.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Uncle Bertie and Bella were married.
David Lodge, about a year before this was filmed, played my father in a film called Scramble. So when I attacked him on the burning house, he wasn't quite so frightening.
That's a lovely piece of... I have to tell you, it was freezing on that day.
Yes, it was. I remember.
And plastic daffodils.
That's a very impressive costume.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it very much.
And I assume your bridesmaids are all the tarts from the music hall.
Except for me.
All right.
I'm not a tart from the music hall. I'm now her niece, aren't I?
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Even the horses. Look at the horses.
Yes.
Horse acting going on over on the right there.
No, again, someone shoved that to get it in frame perfectly. But
Isn't she just
yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful performance.
It's like a Hogarth painting come to life.
Yes,
isn't it?
that's right.
And the colours.
Look, I suppose it's in order to convey the difference between 1818 and 1918. We've gone to this look of early 19th century political cartoons, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that?
Yes.
And certainly the stuck on warts are very impressive.
She would come in first thing in the morning in a wonderfully good humour, looking divine, and then about an hour later, she looks like this. She was so game, she never complained.
Do you think she enjoyed, after having lived through decades of being a pin-up and having to look glamorous all the time, enjoyed, as it were, letting go and making herself hideous?
She did, didn't she?
She considered this acting.
Yes.
She truly felt, I think, that it was an opportunity to move on with her career into a totally different genre of acting work.
Definitely.
And she played...
Like you said, she didn't have to be this glam.
And around this time, she played a bunch of villains on film and TV, presumably because they're really good, juicy roles.
Bella will have gone to see.
Bella will have gone to see. Oh, golly. What does that say about me now?
Yes.
Gorgeous now, don't
Oh.
And there's Deddy Davies, who, again, another one of Lionel's...
That's right.
Wonderful.
She turned up in...
She was the wife in The Railway Children.
Yes.
She was Pop's wife.
And here she's my maid.
Yeah. She has a splendid face again, isn't it? Character actor face.
Yes.
And was working until very recently, I believe.
Yes,
yes.
And a lovely, lovely person. That's one of the things about this film is that everybody was lovely. There was nobody that I remember having a bad temper. Nobody shouted or screamed or was, the crew were lovely.
They were.
They really were.
Yes.
Not even the very young children.
No.
They were fantastic.
No, everybody was amazing.
The tiny boy, the tiny little lad, what was his name, darling? What was it? What was his...
Mark.
The little boy. The little lad, the tiny boy, the sweet little boy, aged about 4.
Yeah.
That's it, there he is.
Yeah.
That's Mark.
Oh, that is Mark, who we didn't get today.
right.
Do you know, I forgot his name was Mark in real life.
With a C.
What was his character name?
Georgie.
On cue.
Thank you, Diane.
Yeah. In fact, he's the only one who has what I think of as a 1972 haircut in this film. But it's appropriate for the period as well.
Rosalind, how old was he?
7, 8, something.
Was he as much as that?
Yeah.
Lionel was so wonderful with him. Do you remember?
Yes, totally.
He used to just stand him on his own and talk very gently to him.
And there you are.
The plot thickens.
Yeah. I noticed that...
So did your hair.
Yes, I know. It's a little greyer now, unfortunately.
He gets his own leitmotif, doesn't he? There's a tune that plays, partly because he doesn't say much in this part of the film, but I noticed that...
I have my own theme music.
You get your own theme, and the camera sort of pans towards you, and you sort of look intent. Yeah. So were you given instructions about that, or did you know you were going to get an Elmer Bernstein theme?
I didn't realise I was going to get my own theme music, but obviously you know what the shot is.
It's like a portent of things to come.
Yeah,
yes.
But I mean, that's an honour, isn't it? I mean, it's like the Magnificent Seven got an Elmer Bernstein theme music. Yeah.
Isn't Mummy lovely?
Yeah.
Mummy, note the difference in Mummy's hair from last time when she was wearing the red wig. That's Mummy's real hair, as it were. Oh, isn't he lovely?
I've no idea what that is. It looks horrible.
It's a piece of fish, I think.
Yeah.
It won't be fresh.
I know the set did not smell Wonderful.
Yeah.
On the days we did that.
Yeah.
But you're putting me to bed.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Tucking you in.
Tucking me in.
With newspaper.
Good night then.
And throughout the film, you see more and more things get drawn on the nursery walls, which I rather like. It's a must have been a nightmare to keep in continuity, but
Do you know, I hadn't noticed that.
yeah.
Well observed. Oh, up goes the window again.
Yeah.
No, oh, that's so cruel. Oh, that's
It is-
horrible.
Yeah, there's a very, I mean, I suppose it all the way back to the novel, a sort of Victorian pastiche of evil, isn't it? The archetypal, yeah, doing terrible things to orphans. Yeah. Although
Goes down the drain pipe.
Yes, yes.
And now, and
One of my
Stuart, now,
famous
yes,
drain pipe
say
appearances.
that. Tell everybody that was real, that you really
Oh,
did
yes,
that.
I did go up and down the drain pipe. Apart from the last shot when I was thrown, a flaming bit of wood was thrown at me. They did put a little harness on me, but I was up and down there. It was all a harness until the last
You
bit.
were a fit boy. How old were you then?
I think I was about 17.
Same as Lynn, roughly.
17, 18, yes, yeah.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Do I look like my mummy?
I suppose the suggestion in the film is that you're going to turn into her.
Yes,
isn't
exactly.
it? But,
Am I going to go to seed?
yeah.
That was a lovely line, wasn't it, earlier? It was very
Yeah. I mean, you're later described rather unfairly as a fat pink pig, but I don't think that looks exactly right either, is it?
Oh, but I do like the expression.
Yeah.
Aren't you interested in cash, you great lump?
And her teeth, look at her teeth.
£30,000 if he's
She's put stuff on her teeth.
Yeah.
darling little Bella. If that Georgie snuffs it, her as well. That stuck-up Sarah, her as well.
They mean us, Georgie. Not snuff it, Sarah. Do they mean to kill us, Sarah?
An accident must befall them. Can't wait forever. An accident. A quick.
It's very funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you haven't seen it for a while.
Yeah. So, have you watched it much, or do you find looking at your younger self, yeah, sort of alienating or disturbing?
What are you trying to say? No, no, not at all. You don't often revisit your past work, and when you do, it's quite often a treat. It brings back lovely memories, and as I say, it's a compliment that something that we were all in of quite a few years ago is still has an interest. And so, from that point of view, it's a huge compliment. But yes, it does. I mean, we change. You know, I think I gave a sort of a half decent performance, which I'm quite pleased about. And yeah, so yeah.
Oh look!
Oh,
she is.
Yeah.
Now this is obviously supposed to be sinful, and I couldn't work out in what way, but it's obviously meant to be a bit naughty.
Yeah, there's a very peculiar moment in this film which seems to suggest the kind of sin that you couldn't possibly have put in any movie in 1972, let alone a children's film.
Absolutely.
Where you see half-naked children being bought by Diana Dawes' character.
I haven't noticed that. I've pointed out to
and
that,
I
I didn't
believe in the credits, the character is listed as procurer.
Yeah,
so
okay.
she's plainly selling children to brothels. And you think, that's not what you can do in a children's film.
The thing.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a question? What am I doing up there on the table?
I'm
Kim?
posing prettily, I think.
Yes, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing up there. I didn't ask at the time.
Well, and he's wearing one shoe, which is a very odd thing.
Yes, it's obviously meant to be very decadent.
Yes, I mean, is he wearing one of your shoes? Is that
No, that's
the
his.
kink?
No, that's
right?
his,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Well, you're posing with an urn.
Did you like that costume best?
I like them all. No, I think my favourite was you saw me with Mummy a little while ago.
Yes.
Those red outfits and her red wig. That was my favourite. Loved that, and comfortable too. Can I just tell the little tiny story of how Lionel said to me one day, "I'm not going to allow you to sit down, Maddie, because you tend to slouch and to slump. I'm not having it." And so he put a board up my back, so I had to stand or lean I never sat from that moment on.
Oh, on the leaning...
In
when you
real
were
life,
between-
all the time. Yes, yes. The board was for the scenes. The board was
remember
removed
that.
from my back. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, I thought that was awfully mean.
So, how did you find Lionel Jeffries as a director?
Well, apart from him being extremely charming, he had the advantage of being an actor himself. So he could sort of push the right buttons. He knew how to relate and how to get what he wanted from you. But in the main, he sort of just let us go, as it were. And we could be inventive and ad-lib a bit. But he was a charming and just a very charming director who gave you an awful lot of support and allowed you to create the role within the piece. Yeah.
Rosalind, do you agree with that, my love?
Yes, I was explaining earlier that the problem, as young as Mark and I were, as soon as we were finished with a scene, we were off the set because we had chaperones.
I know.
And we couldn't hang around and watch what else was going on. I think I mentioned when we did the BFI, this was a crew member. They found somebody who could write back to front, and they stuck them behind that window, and that is actually one of the crew who was able to write
Good gracious.
what's going on here.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you
And
for that. Oh, I
that was
love it.
amazing.
I
was
love
very
it. It's
impressed.
Very
Even today, I'm
creepy.
very impressed they were able to do that.
It's very, very creepy. I think that's the reason we were saying about not under 8, because it is these little eerie touches, which I think you are so beautifully lit. You're a gorgeous girl anyway, Rosalind, but the way you're lit is fantastic.
I think what he did, as I said, I think his thing was so much. It was the casting, who he chose to be on his crew. He surrounded himself with the people he wanted to be there.
Yes.
And we all did what we did.
Yeah.
One thing that's interesting, juxtaposing, because people always tend to go, the Railway Children, and then The Amazing Mr. Blunden. And maybe part of what happened was that The Railway Children was a genuine family film for all ages. And the expectation when this came out was that it would just be another family film. But the dark side of this film, which is more for adults to appreciate and understand, is not the kid part.
I agree with you, Rosalind.
So I wonder if there was
a very good
there was a
suggestion.
sort of thing like,
yes,
oh, but it's not The Railway Children. And
I agree with you.
As we're watching it now, I see a lot of, as you said, there's some very spooky stuff that may not be under 8 material, which The Railway Children would have been.
Oh yes, definitely. Quite different.
As a director, he seemed to be attracted to stories of, I suppose, orphans being abused, didn't he? I mean, he made The Water Babies, which is the most depressing children's book ever. But the kind of Victorian notion of suffering is very prevalent throughout his work. Madeline, how did you get on with him?
Brilliantly.
Yeah. Were you treated as one of the grown-ups or as one of the children?
No, he spoke to me very much, on his own level, I think. I do remember one little thing. I mean, he did have a terrible temper when he felt like it. You didn't mess with him. He came into the makeup room one day when they were putting on the slap, and he said, "Will you take it off immediately? I didn't hire her to look like a whore."
Wow.
Except
he really did. Well, I mean, in that one scene, but he wanted the innocence. He wanted me to contrast with Mummy.
And
he was really angry. I remember the sight of his face standing behind me. He came in and, he would check, wouldn't he, Rosalind? On everything, he would check constantly, like my deportment, my face and everything, and all of it, everything. He was attentive to everything at all times.
He was. This is why I say this attention to detail. I am presuming that he went through the set, decided what he did and didn't want on it. I think he probably was that meticulous to look at everything that was there and make sure it was right. And
absolutely agree.
But again,
with you.
chose a set designer director who obviously knew what they were doing.
Yes, it's wonderfully done.
And he had been enormously successful, first as a character actor and then essentially as a character actor star. He didn't need to become a director, but obviously chose to.
That's a very
He
good
probably
point.
took a pay cut to be a director, considering he was starring in big international films, to become a director of British movies. He obviously needed the artistic outlet. That's a beautiful transition.
I love
there,
that. Yes,
isn't
it is.
Yeah.
It is. That vase is a big source of interest to a lot of the fans, by the way. They want to know what happened to the vase. I've had tons of people write, and I've got a very dear friend who we talk about this vase quite a lot.
Yeah. Was there only one?
Well, I'm not going to speak about that till the very end of the film, but I don't know the answer to that.
He's interested in vases because remember, I was holding a vase just now,
Yes,
wasn't
yes,
I?
you were being.
Seems to be a thing.
And I do
theme.
know somebody actually took this potion and tried to make it.
All right. Yeah.
Yes, because here's the recipe.
Yeah.
Did they put grease on the lens? They must have done.
It looks like Vaseline.
Vaseline kind of thing. They
Yes.
did used to fiddle like that.
Do you understand that, Georgie? A bit.
I love his outfit.
This is our chance to
Oh,
look.
Oh, so this thing I'm wearing, this blue thing, I think it's flannel, and I think it's the one that was worn, as I said, in the Railway Children.
saving money.
Yeah.
Totem.
I
tell you,
need
it's
to-
actually what it was. This magic.
I know.
The good
I
luck stuff.
need to ask you. This is a Hemdale film,
Yeah.
and that's David Hemmings and
John Daly is
and
the
John
other guy.
Daly.
Yeah.
And was Railway Children the same producers?
I'm not
don't
100%
think
sure.
so.
I don't think so.
so.
I mean, Hemdale were a very odd company. They're around for quite a while. I don't know if they're essentially the same company that made Platoon and the Terminator, but decades later, they may well just pass the name on. I mean, I'm not even sure if David Hemmings was still involved in it at the time this was made. But,
There were certainly a number of producers around. I don't remember seeing him, but there were a number of
And you'd
producers.
remember.
There were a number of heavies, and I do remember that dear Lionel kind of sort of separated himself out from them at times. The Barry chappie that you were talking about, he was around quite a lot.
Levinson.
Barry
Barry
Levinson.
Levinson,
Yes.
yeah.
He was, wasn't he?
The
Rosie?
other
Do you
Barry
remember
Levinson.
that?
Yep, I do.
And am I right? I know this is slightly out of turn, but is it the same Barry that produced Tam Lin, was one of the producers on Tam Lin with Ava Gardner? Am I right or wrong?
I'm not 100% sure.
And
but
also Theatre of
it's-
Blood.
Hmm.
I think he was quite a big. He was quite big in films, wasn't he, Barry Levinson? Am I right, Kim?
He's not. I actually don't know that. He's not the Barry Levinson who later directed Dinah and Young Sherlock Holmes and Rain
No.
Man. But no, actually, no, I'm not. Nope, you've caught me out.
Okay. There was also another guy called Stanley Mann, who I seem to remember a Stanley Mann and a Barry. Yeah, complicated business
Yes,
finding the money for
yes,
these films.
And
So who actually provided the money for this film then?
I have no idea. Probably Hemdale Films. I imagine pre-sale. Back then, they said that you could make your money back for a British film from people sheltering from the rain, and so there was the early 70s. There were a lot of films made, and yet the industry was in a huge crisis.
Wasn't
as
it just?
normal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and yet everybody seemed to be working all the time
Yes.
and making lots of movies.
It's true, isn't it, Rosalind?
But they
Yes.
then complained that they had no money back.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did. Yeah,
And tons of family films.
Yeah.
Tons and tons of them.
Absolutely.
Snuff us.
Snuff you?
Sarah.
We'll help you, Sarah.
Sarah, I don't feel well. Sarah. Don't be afraid, darling. When you get back, I shall be there. Sarah. 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 It's because he's so young. He often returns before me. It's all right. We always arrive back together. We must hurry. Georgie is a warning to us that I may soon follow him.
Now, please don't forget, put 5 leaves of each into a bowl and pour on hot water. Keep it warm for an hour and strain it off through a muslin cloth. Bring the potion and meet me here at sunset tomorrow. Promise you'll not fail us, Jamie. Promise. Promise. Please promise.
must have been an expensive film, was it, this one, Kim?
Not particularly, because it's.
It's contained.
Yeah, it's contained. It's one big house, but also the British cinema and television industries were so practiced at making films with this period setting that all the costumes are around, isn't it? And
sure.
Basically, this was the kind of film people knew how to make. It doesn't have any, probably sadly from your point of view, it doesn't have any big expensive star names, isn't it? I don't think anyone was getting a huge salary for it.
Where would one put Diana in that? Because she would have been the biggest
She was the biggest name in this, yeah. Although I suspect at this point in her career, she was sort of featured parts rather than star names.
Yes.
Yeah, for instance,
I would agree with that.
There must have been a choice to cast Lawrence Naismith in essentially the title role, whereas, for instance, you could have paid a lot more and got
James Mason.
James Mason,
That's
yeah.
the first name that comes to my mind would be.
Or indeed Peter Sellers. Yeah. He could have done that, yeah, but that would have made it a different type of film, a more expensive film, but a different type of film.
Did he ever meet Antonia Barber or talk with her? Do we know that?
I couldn't find anything else about that. I assume, as a novelist who has sold books to films, sometimes you never hear from them again. You know, it may some. Filmmakers really like to get involved with the original material, and he wrote the script himself. I mean, there's he probably talked to her.
Can I just interrupt and ask where this is?
Ooh,
Where is it, Rosalind?
Is this the church they filmed the wedding at the other side?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Hedgerley? No, what's the name?
Yeah, it is. It's just near Pinewood. You can again. Yeah. It's in the. So many British films and TV shows use this particular bit with, I assume, the one fake gravestone.
Yes.
Yeah. And later the big impressive monument. You have the nice gate there as well.
So it's Buckinghamshire.
Yes, that's right.
Like the one that you came out of to me.
Yeah, I don't think you had much of a commute from Pinewood to anywhere.
They probably did it so you could go to the studios back for lunch.
Yeah, that's right.
Didn't have to pay location caterers.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think you're probably right.
I remember the day of the wedding, or this day. I have a feeling they
probably
over 2 to 3 days. I think it was over 2 to 3 days, but I know we were all sitting out on a picnic blanket. So there was my mum, who was my chaperone, and then Mark's mum. Not Mark's mum, it was his chaperone, that's right, who was an older lady, and we're all sitting on a picnic blanket, and they're filming, I think, this bit. But again, the cutaways are very different. That you'll see the scene where they first were introduced to the house. Graham Crowden was standing in a set, but the reverse shot, which is Dorothy and the two children at the door, was the exterior that they so that was a different day. So it's fascinating.
Thank you. I did one night filming day, just the one.
Was that the fire day?
No, I think we haven't reached it yet. I don't think so. And I noticed there was some night filming at the beginning. They probably did all of it on the same night.
Yeah, the very few London scenes.
Somehow the pipe gave way, and he come plunging down. He was killed. And then there was the guardian, an old gentleman, lawyer or something he were. Well, he was at the house that night, and he was on his way back to London when his carriage broke down. And when he seen the flames in the distance, he come riding back. And when he seen that they were dead, he took on cruel, real cruel. Too late, too late, too late, he kept saying. And then he starts a-crying. Some say he died of grief. Others says he was never quite right in his head again. Yes, some claim to have seen his ghost wandering about the old house, Langley Park there, as well as the ghost of the two children in the garden.
Have people really seen them?
Indeed they have. For the last 100 years they have. It's haunted. You don't want to go anywhere near there, my dears. It's haunted, all right. Don't you go anywhere near there.
We've got to.
Got to? Why?
We live there.
Yeah. I was only joshing. I made it all up, I did. There is no such thing as ghosts.
That depends entirely on your point of view.
Well, there is ghosts, you see, because I've seen them. Now.
Make sure the tub's on tight, Lucy. We don't want to go through making it all again.
We haven't got time anyway. We're late as it is. Come on.
Sarah!
Sarah.
I thought you changed your minds.
Where's Georgie?
He had a slight disagreement with Mrs. Wickens. She's locked him in the cellar. Tom is guarding him for me while I'm away. We can't be long, as I only drank a little of the potion.
Sarah, before anything else, we must tell you that...
James.
Tell me, James, whatever it is, tell me.
Well, it was in the graveyard. On the tombstone. We found your name and George's. The sexton said it was a fire.
It's true. It was a fire.
Oh, Sarah.
I know about the grave. I've never told Georgie. But I know.
But the date, Sarah, was 100 years ago tomorrow.
That's true. London.
Oh, it's just made me
I
go
love
cold.
this.
Yeah.
It
Nice little
does.
shiver.
It does.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It does.
It's lovely.
This is real magic.
We haven't much time, my dears.
And did you see it when it came out, or did
Well, we went to
yeah.
the premiere of
We
it.
did.
Yeah.
We did indeed.
I think
And-
because the Criterion, was it in Mayfair? And they invited lots of families that were called Blunden, if I remember rightly.
You've got a fantastic
I don't
memory.
know.
And it was a
Never
lot
heard
of
that
sort of not people that wouldn't normally go to the theatre.
Yeah.
And they
What
gave
a
them free
memory
tickets,
you've
and they all
got.
named was Blunden.
Oh, I think that's lovely.
Yeah.
Peculiar thing to do.
Little gimmick.
It was at the Curzon, wasn't it? Curzon.
Yeah, I think, she's still there.
Yes, I think it was.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
You're very good. I just really remembered Les Ambassadeurs, which is where we did the publicity for it.
I'm the one who has to trust you, aren't I? I mean,
I tell you what, it was a jolly chilly film to do.
Uh-huh.
Which
You
is
can
why
see
I'm
the
saying
wind blowing.
Yeah.
It was spring into summer because we had to do schoolwork. So I was in school. So I think it was filmed like April, May into June, maybe.
It was.
Because there's some sunny
And it was
stuff.
a cold spring.
I think it was, and then it was released for the Christmas of that year.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's set in April, isn't it? Because it says so on the gravestone. So it's
Yes, people see it as a Christmas film. It really
Yeah.
isn't a Christmas
Yeah.
film, but it's always shown at
yes,
Christmas.
yeah. I think
Presumably from the opening
yeah.
sequences. It's
It
Christmas
has
and
that.
snowing.
Christmas is a time for those mild ghost stories, isn't it? I mean, that's what we associate it with in Britain, and yeah, Dickens, and who is clearly evoked throughout this story. Yeah, and how did it affect you subsequently in your career? Was it a good credit to have?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I came up through musical theatre, having done sort of since 8 West End shows and things, and choreographed the Norman Wisdom show, etc., etc. And obviously, I interspersed that with some straight acting things. And so, yes, I mean, it was a great straight credit to have in a very successful at the time, a sort of a film. Yeah.
I was very, very proud of this film, and I'm equally proud now. In fact, people say to me, "What is your favourite of everything you've ever done? What are you most proud of?" And I always say this one.
Is that because you got to be kind of evil for a change?
I
and
don't
funny?
know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have played villains.
Yeah, because
So-
it's a character part, isn't it?
Yes.
Which, as opposed,
But I just think it's such a wonderful film.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
film itself that I love so much. Not necessarily what I did in it, but I just think it's such a fantastic film.
Having not seen it for a while and watching it now on screen as we're doing our narration and commentary to it, I'm seeing more into it now than I've ever seen before. Maybe that's because I'm just older and looking for other things, but it really is very good, isn't it?
That's beautiful.
I mean, because he obviously thought about how he wanted these shots to look.
Yes.
And
Promise you'll not fail us.
no, yeah.
Jamie.
So who was the lighting cameraman? Kim, please.
Jerry Fisher.
Jerry Fisher, quite right.
Thank you.
He
Again,
went on to a very stellar career, actually.
You see, by the way you dress it, you don't come from hereabouts.
There's the accent
The
that we
accent.
might have spoken about.
yeah.
Wonderful. You were very.
Is it actually specified where this is set?
Not at all. It was the only one I could do.
Oh, right.
No,
So,
no.
What's happened to him, everybody? What's happened to him, Gary?
To Gary,
we couldn't
Can't-
find him.
no
Apparently.
idea what's happened to him.
I'm sure he'll get in touch.
I
if he's
think
out
he
there.
retired from the business not too long after this.
Like Mark, exactly the same. Neither of them stayed actors.
Did Mark go on to host something? I want to say he hosted some show of some kind.
Did he? I wonder what he looked like when he was older, because he was so enchanting looking.
The accent was the same one that I did, obviously, for the audition at the Hemdale
Yes, and that
office.
Yeah.
And he said that was fine. And
Right.
it wasn't tweaked. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just a sort of generic, sort of rural,
Yeah, mum
rustic.
sex, isn't it? Yeah. it's,
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
This scene is the one time I got a telling off. Because at the end of this scene, I say something and then I went, okay.
Yeah,
And I went,
Oh no! Where was this filmed, Rosalind?
in a real stable. It really was a
It
real
was a
stable. This
stable,
was
yes.
not a set. So
Yes.
I don't know
Where was that? Looks wonderful. Where was that? Can you remember? Was
I
that
don't
nearby?
think. I don't think it was far away.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was ever very, very
You're
I remember.
so
I remember
rude.
going back to Pinewood for lunch.
You're so rude.
They were all very close by to the studios. I think.
I
Just
love this. Wonderful.
In fact, one of the reasons Pinewood is where it is because there are easy locations all
Yes,
around
yes,
it,
yes.
isn't it?
Which feature in every sort of the
Yeah.
professionals to TV
Yeah.
series, the films.
What do they call it? They call it it's the Black Park or Black
Yes,
Forest
that's right.
or Black
yeah.
something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Black Park. Yeah, which,
Black Park.
um,
I've ridden through that.
yes, yeah. I imagine everybody in every
Yes.
movie.
We've all
Yes,
ridden through
yeah.
Black Park.
Yeah. Yeah, I must say that when I went to the Carpathians, I was astonished that it doesn't look at all like Black Park. To me, Black Park is more Transylvania than Transylvania actually is. But
Oh, wonderful.
from-
Gosh. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Rosalind, darling, what time of day did you shoot this?
I want to say this was sort of before lunch.
Because
My entire memories of all of
does,
this are
doesn't it?
being whisked away. I do something that I'm removed from the set.
Yes.
Is that to do schoolwork or?
Yes, we had to go,
of course.
and we had
You have to do
a lovely Welsh teacher called Mr. Major, and it was in one of the corridors of the inner building at Pinewood, and we would be called for. And the runner, I know this sounds really weird, but the thing I remember really well, it was the year when stripy vests over long shirts, because nobody was wearing T-shirts with short sleeves in that period in the 70s,
Right.
except in America. But young men would wear a long sleeve shirt with the cuffs back, and then a striped woolly or a striped
like a tank top?
Tank top. That's exactly what it. And I remember the guy who was our runner had long blonde hair, and he always wore this stripy thing. That's
Thank
one
you.
of my great memories. And then
Right.
they played basketball. They had a basketball hoop set up outside the dressing room area, where Gary and Mark and the runner would play basketball in between shots.
It was a modern part. Do you remember?
Yes,
it was
it was a modern
new,
part.
a new block.
Absolutely right.
I always wondered, when you were taken off and given lessons, could you actually concentrate on schoolwork as well as the kerfuffle of making a large film and keeping your character straight and all that kind of stuff? I know it's a
think that's
legal
his magic.
requirement.
Yes, it is,
Yeah,
and it
but-
certainly was then,
yeah.
and it was not. No line was overstepped to pull us away from it. But I think they were very vigilant about not exposing us to anything that was sort of beyond our means, beyond our ability. And so when we did the schoolwork, there was a little bit of a transition period. It wasn't like, we're losing the light, get them in quick. There was none of that. It was all very measured. And there were caravans on the very cold night where we did some of the exterior shooting. There was a caravan very close on the grass there. They had a caravan out there to keep us warm because it was cold, you're right.
It was cold. It was definitely a cold spring.
Oh, there's that dress.
Oh,
Yeah.
who's
There's
that
the
then
pink
up there?
dress.
Yes, the pink pig.
Pink pig dress. Yeah.
Oh, Bella, you look a picture.
That's right, a picture.
Yeah.
And there's Mummy down there.
Yeah.
Look at that amazing wig. Look at that wig.
Yes, I know. I know. Isn't it wonderful? And no makeup. Zero makeup.
Ain't it pretty, Sarah Sue? Ain't it pretty, Sarah Sue? Would it look?
Don't know why I'm quite so brainless.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it is suggested in the novel and the script that there is actually something wrong with you.
Oh, I know. Do you know, I never knew that. Thanks a bunch. That's why
you had to do that again and again and again. I remember
did.
the screaming went on and on for you.
Did.
That's very hard on your voice.
I did.
Weren't you used to screaming from having made horror movies?
No, it's just different. The different POVs that he would shoot her on the staircase first, then she had to do it again for the reverse. For, you know.
Yes, you're right, wasn't it?
Again and again.
I had to scream in The Vampire Lovers. A very different kind of film for a different age group. See, no makeup.
Similar.
Here she goes, looks lovely.
Georgie from the cellar.
Take Georgie out of the cinema. And then perhaps...
It's very tragic about Lynn, I have to say. It really, really got me when her death was announced. Far too young.
She was a lovely, lovely actress.
She was.
And as I say, always lovely and very kind to me when we were working together.
Very
with the
nice,
lifts to the station.
lovely lady.
Just lovely. Charming.
As I love she tries to revive you with a feather duster.
She's a real comic, Diana.
Tell Ma to let him out of the cellar.
I'm all right now.
Yeah.
Let who out? Who is after you? What on earth is going on here? Mrs. Wickens?
Master Georgie was well, he won't, sir. Dirty dear. Well,
Isn't she fabulous?
I put him in the cellar to cool his blood off, sir.
Were you at all worried or aware of the possibility of upstaging or having scenes stolen from you by these very experienced character actors who here are working very hard to... Yeah.
My dear.
I think they were all just very generous and they all allowed each other to...
Absolutely sure.
There's a
Do
great
our best.
Yes, there's a great spirit of enjoyment. I mean, even though this is a serious moment in the film, but...
I will. I'll have heart failure.
But she did that every time. We all, whatever it was, even if it was not our face on screen, we were all acting for the other person, and there was a great, you know...
Yes, yes.
She did that every take. She did exactly that same degree of performance.
Isn't that a lovely thing to remember?
Yeah.
Who is after you?
We are.
Oh, my God.
You're right, they were translucent, my ghosts, weren't
Yes,
they?
that's right. You can,
Yes.
Mama, 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 Mama.
So that
Not
is a real
solid.
night shot. That was night, definitely.
That was a proper night. Maybe they did more than one night, I wonder.
Having dinner.
see more stuff written on the wall.
But may I add something?
That's there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I think I wrote that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty certain they got
later
me to
on,
do
there's a
that.
rude picture of Mrs. Wickens as well.
All right.
Is there, Kim?
Yes.
You've been really looking. I just want to say there is also a method of doing filming day for night, isn't there? Where you don't actually do night filming, but they put special filters on.
Yeah, it usually doesn't look as good.
It doesn't look nearly
It
as
doesn't
I
look-
can always, you can see the sun shining through.
And very difficult to light as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, if, I don't know, it's a night scene, but it's difficult to light.
And
Absolutely.
I mean, in
Oh, look at your little faces. I love it.
that
He does
That
that
was very
beautifully.
uncomfortable, by the way. That
Oh,
was
was it?
incredibly uncomfortable.
Were you lying on your tummies?
Yeah, lying on top, no, yes, yes.
Or there'll be no more silk dresses for you.
And this is the one big set, isn't it? That
Yes.
that obviously they've put the money into the big set.
Yes, you're right. And I do get to meet Lawrence Naismith.
Yes, there you are.
Look at that.
In one scene.
Yes, I do. I'd forgotten.
She does, I know she does. Don't leave us here alone with her.
Please listen to her.
Bertie, dear, surely they cannot mean to accuse me.
Yes.
No, of course not, my dearest. You're
Daddy,
a
you can't stand straight.
Yeah.
secret at all times. Quite unique.
Your mother is a drunken old witch, then.
Ah. Oh, we've got our red wig on again.
Yeah.
It's dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
David Lodge, just absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's acting. But he's, you know, there's the
Yes.
great investment in that role.
Yeah. I assume David Lodge is doing this more or less as a favour for Lionel Jeffries, in that it's not a very big role. And David Lodge, again, was a major character actor star. And he'd been in those Peter Sellers movies that Jeffries
he
has made.
said in front of my mother, we were talking about acting, and I don't know, he'd come over at one moment, and he said to me, Rosalind, always remember, there are no small parts, only small actors. In other words, that you know, no matter what the role, you accept it, you make the most of what you have, which he certainly did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's something to remember. I liked him ever so much, David Lodge.
Lovely.
Came to help you.
And he mixed with everybody. He was always around. He didn't shoot off to his room or anything. He always stuck around and talked to everybody. Oh, that's lovely stuff. Look how that's lit.
Like a painting, isn't
It
it?
is.
It's that
Stuart, you're
image,
right.
And a lot of the staging is very theatrical,
Yes,
where
it is.
they're
It's like
watching from
stage
upstairs,
action,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
And I know
balcony,
the coming in and the pointing and the staring. It's very. In fact, it looks like a Victorian melodrama, which gives it a nice period feel.
This is what sets this film apart from so many, I think.
And that is repeated. That shot of him going down the stairs in that way, which they must have discussed, is repeated toward the end of the film.
A lot of the shots are a bit sort of
that shot's repeated.
A film noir. You know, the
I love
angles and the
this.
things, yeah.
Oh, I love this one, this bit. Oh, that's fabulous.
And they merge.
Oh, I love it. So moving, that. Make you cry.
Did you have any technical issues with the various effects stuff? I mean, having to stand still and be shot twice for scenes?
No, I mean, I wasn't involved in any of the scenes that required me to be a ghost or to have that effect or that illusion. So I was fine from that point of view. I only had to deal with some real flames in a couple of the scenes which are coming up.
Yeah, we were talking about that, weren't we? They were real. Say again how that was done.
Yeah, we'll do it at the scene when they come.
What a good idea. Well, Stuart knows more than I did.
I just had to stand still for that long for the superimposition stuff. Or the parts where we merge or coming into real, we had to stand very, very still for the. I don't know, was it the exposure?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have to film it twice. Once with the ghost and once without, isn't it, to get the transparency effect?
Right, okay.
But I noticed that But what sells that is having a solid human being in the frame, and it's you, and it's not an easy thing to do.
James, it is all happening like before. Come on.
And somewhere up here, on this top floor, Mark and I recorded the voices that the children hear, you know, laughing and stuff. There was a room off there that was a real room, not a prop room, and on that floor we recorded, everyone had gone to lunch, and he just had the sound guy with his little table, and he said, right, just say things. He said, say, hello, I'll find you. And he told us what to say, and we did it.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, that's
that was
the creepy stuff. And was there any concern that, as it were, this cruelty might be too much for the censor? Because he's about.
Not a question to ask me because I was 12.
Oh, you're 12.
So I have no idea about any of that.
It is
a you film, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Only just, I
and
would
yet,
say.
yeah, because poisoning children is still.
Yes,
I mean,
quite.
it's what they call imitable behaviour, isn't
Yes.
it, in censorship?
Especially then, when the censorship was very strict and strong.
Yeah,
it was.
I suppose Blooming Henry doesn't raise any hackles. Yeah.
Did they drink it all?
Yes, Ma.
Didn't say as I sent it, did you?
Call the ants, Ma. Yes, I told
Did she really grab you?
Doing it out of the kindness of my heart.
I'm fussing. My breasts are about to pop out there.
Well, it's a very, the Regency bust line, isn't it? With the.
It's true.
Yeah.
You take this tray.
Yes, that probably strains the U certificate as well.
I think there have been several strains.
Yes. But,
Me standing on the table, whatever that was.
yeah.
Wash them in boiling water.
This is a very well shot scene.
Wonderful.
Do something quick.
And the music
Yes.
fab.
Yeah.
Which makes it not scary. There's the vase.
That's right, yeah.
There's the
It
vase.
would be a scary scene if it wasn't for the music. The music makes it a comedy scene.
It does.
Whereas you could do this as a again,
I love
it's
that.
the idea of doing.
I love that. How did they do that in them days?
Well, it's to play a piano.
No,
Yeah,
but is
yeah.
somebody pulling the strings underneath?
Yes, yeah. And actually working it into the music score is very clever.
Yes.
It's a very
Yeah.
clever film, this. The editor must have had fun too.
And I'm guessing Lionel sat in on every moment.
Yeah.
I bet he jolly well did.
Every second, that's right.
Yeah.
The other thing that
That's
I'm
good.
remembering
Yeah.
now is that he did the number of takes were not limited unless it was absolutely perfect and he got it first time. So I'm assuming he had different reaction shots that he chose from to piece this all together
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I don't think he just shot Diana doing the one look. He chose the one that he thought she did best.
I'm sure.
I've noticed that a lot of her shots are just her face, with no actor as it. She is like centre stage, emoting or
definitely,
whiffling
yes.
faces and
He made the most of her, for
giving.
sure. Yeah.
This was done
Weird
at night.
line read.
This was
Yeah.
definitely night. Oh, I remember
Yeah.
this.
His daddy. Bonkers daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no. Come on.
Yeah.
I think he's so good. So good.
And the
limpy
effects
leg.
are very good in it, aren't
The
they?
limpy
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah.
When you consider
think-
that it wasn't any CGI or computerized.
No, that's the thing.
It
Here we go.
it was flames,
And I think this is actually he is giving the most frightening performance in this because of the kind of insane delight he has
Yes,
in burning
doing
things
it,
down.
yes.
And when his wife turns up and says, "You've gone too far," it's like, well, this is what you get when you ask somebody who's brain damaged to burn down your house for you, isn't it?
This is really frightening.
This is the Cricklewood Fire Department moment,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Believe. So now we can tell them.
Yes,
Because we're
Rosalie,
coming
come
into
on.
the scene.
Well, Stuart is the one who knows. Stuart, please.
Yeah, they painted the set with some kind of petroleum which would ignite when a match was put on it, and it would burn that rather than the set. And so it wasn't actually burning the set itself; it was what they painted onto it in a lot of the scenes. That then,
But then we
but,
have
but they
pipes
were
that ran
they were
across
real
the floor.
flames. They were real
Yeah,
flames.
There were
And it was
when
hot.
they're coming out down the stairs, there were pipes on the floor with holes in, and those the flame was coming up through those. So they did have to navigate through some stuff on the floor that was.
It's quite, it's
That's
touch
amazing.
and go, isn't it?
And again, real fire because there was no CGI.
Yeah.
And
in fact, whenever you see movies that try and do CGI flames, it doesn't
It
work.
doesn't work.
Yeah,
I'd much rather have this.
Yeah.
Much rather.
right, so you talk us through this bit.
Come on, Stuart.
Yes.
Well, yes, I mean that was when I was actually up there. It wasn't just shot sort of 2 foot from the ground. It was at the height that you see it, and the flames were real.
Your insurance must have been through the roof.
Did they shoot it last by any chance?
No, they didn't actually. It wasn't a nice shot.
Yeah.
There was something very clever that they did for the shot where Mr. Blunden comes down the main staircase and the flames holding onto the flames. That was real flames that were reflected in the glass in a strategic place, and it lined up with the handrail.
Yeah.
But they were real flames, but on a different other side of the studio.
That's interesting.
But all the scenes that we did, Rosalind and the flames, they were real flames.
But not as close to us as
No.
it appears they are.
Yeah.
What about these fumes? Were you inhaling a lot of fumes?
It was, yeah. I mean, it was just
'Cause that's
and
quite
smoke and
frightening.
everything. Yeah.
You were inhaling a lot of stuff. And surely a lot of these scenes you shot once only.
Yeah, we did. Yes, it was just once.
I think it's brilliant.
I'm with them, Lucy, I'm here.
Miss Sarah, is she all right?
They're alive, but I can't wake them up, Tom. They've been drugged.
A vase.
Yeah, there it is.
What is this?
Yeah.
It should be called The Vase.
The amazing vase.
Yes.
The vase probably has billing now.
Yeah.
It will after this.
See, there's the cartoon of Mrs. Wickens.
I
on
see
the
it there,
wall.
yeah. Oh, that's Georgie, that's not me.
Yeah.
I would never have done that.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a picture of
me.
Sarah. Yeah.
Tremendous. Oh, I want that
I wonder
horse.
if they got Mark to do that. It would not
Yeah.
surprise me if they got Mark to actually draw.
This was fun to do. This was real fun.
What was Lionel's direction to you both for that? Just have at it,
It's
go for
beautifully
it.
done. Did he choreograph it?
Oh, so that's the petroleum.
Yeah, that's just.
Oh, right.
And along with a lot of the stuff.
Did you rehearse that a lot beforehand?
No,
Stuart?
we just, because I'd worked with him before, we just sort of had a mutual respect, and I knew I wasn't going to go mad, and we just had a tussle, and we it was quite fun, really.
Nowadays they would rehearse you and
we just had a tussle, and
Great.
they said cut, and we said, "You right? You okay? Yeah, fine."
No health and safety issues in this
No, none.
this year.
This was a scene that was very hot, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really hot in there.
Very effective.
There you go. There were the gas jets.
Gas jets are hot. That's so good.
And I will explain something in a moment about the next part of the scene. Not this bit. Oh.
And that's a
Stunt
very
double.
impressive
Yes.
bit of horse acting,
Yes, it is.
and not Lawrence Naismith, we assume.
You're
Although that
spoiling
is-
the scene, Kim.
Although this certainly is him running towards a fire.
His
It's-
hair looks
yeah,
mad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is the chill moment, isn't
Yeah.
it, Maddie?
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Jay.
This is where they're real flames, but they're being reflected
Ah,
off of the glass
Yeah.
in the same position as their balustrade.
The fire was
And but don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
No, quite. We'll have to wipe that bit.
I believe that's how they did it. That is that, if I can remember correctly.
Thank you.
Now you've pointed it out, you'll never not be able to see it.
Smack
Yeah.
I understand that's how they did it. I don't want to have lots of people writing in.
And of course, this is the underlying whole theme of the film, is redemption.
Yeah.
Is this moment where he is in terrible pain and agony. But he's...
And that's just all real flames.
Yeah.
They set fire to it.
Oh my goodness.
And it is the traditional ending of all Gothic stories is the house burning down, isn't it? Rebecca and Jane
Fall of
Eyre.
the House of Latimer.
They
Yes,
all
the House
all
of
have this.
Latimer.
Yeah.
Right, so at this point...
That's brilliant.
At last. Thank you, my dear.
And when we see Gary coming out, it is actually a small lady that he's carrying. Not
Oh, I didn't know
Mara.
that. I didn't
But you know that, yes.
didn't know.
It was a small lady.
Right, here we go.
Oh no, she has saved someone.
Cut to small
Yes.
lady, which is why you don't see the face.
Oh,
And I'm hugging a small woman.
Oh no!
I didn't recall that. Very good.
You're too late, Mr. Blunden. You're always too late. I won't go back without Jamie. I will not go without Jamie. I won't go without him. I won't go without him. I won't go without Jamie. I won't go without Jamie. I won't go. Without Jamie. Jamie. Jamie? Jamie? Jamie! 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 Jamie? Jamie! Jamie! Jamie? 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 Jamie?
Well, it's worked even for us because we're
no, it's
mesmerised
still
by
it's
it.
an astonishing
So
finish.
what a wonderful compliment
Yes,
that we're just
yeah.
engrossed in it,
I
and we
totally
know what's
agree.
happening and what's coming
Yeah.
next.
Totally agree with you.
I should have told them. James isn't dying, he's just lost in time.
And also, like a lot of time travel stories, if you actually try and work out the plot, it just makes your head hurt, doesn't it?
Yes.
You know, the circularity and
Yes.
the complications of the inheritance. In the novel, it's explained that Georgie grows up to be a complete swine.
Oh,
No!
oh, we don't have that. We don't want that.
And that's why, because he disapproves of his sister marrying beneath herself. But that's why there's been no line of descent. That's why the descendants don't know they own this house,
Oh, okay.
because there's been an estrangement between them.
Oh, I say.
Which sort of, I can see why they dropped that from the
Yes,
film, because
yes,
it's a bit of a downer, but it's necessary for the story to work.
Well, it works out that
yeah.
that Ros and I married, doesn't
Yes,
it?
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we
our
go to
characters
America?
do rather.
We go to
Yes.
America or
Okay.
something
Yeah,
like that, don't
right,
we?
Yeah. Americi, yeah.
That's my favourite.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. Which is odd. It's the only kind of fantastical imaginary touch in this whole film where someone depicts something like that, and yet
Is
the
that
film
a,
is
is
full of
that a,
magic.
so sorry, my lord, darling. Is that a real gravestone, that one, or is that
I
have they
very
made
much,
that
I
one?
very much doubt
It's
it.
very creepy.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to think it's Mrs. Wickens's gravestone, but it also another thing.
There's Mr. Blunder's one.
I get the impression that the climax has been tidied up a bit. You never find out what really happens to the baddies. Yeah. whether they die in the fire or what happens to them subsequently.
With his life for his sheep.
It's Daddy particularly. I want to know what happened to Daddy.
Yes.
And then I think the next gravestone that they come to is sort of ties the story up.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
1818. Yesterday. 100 years ago. We did it. Jamie did it.
And in fact, it's odd that this is set in April 1918 and nobody mentions the war.
Oh, quite.
Which was quite a big story at the
Not what the
time.
film was about. Though.
Yes.
That's probably why not.
Yeah. Well, they could have bumped it forward to 1919 and
Well, then maybe that's
Yeah.
why she's a widow.
yeah, that's why I assumed it's never mentioned.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
No, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Suddenly woke up, and of all things.
What is the actress's name again? Dorothy?
Dorothy Allison.
Dorothy
Yes.
Allison.
Do you remember a film
Very
called
nice.
Mandy, a black and white film with
Yes.
a deaf child?
Yeah.
She played the lady who ran that,
Good gracious me.
which I didn't know was on recently, and I had watched it and noticed that it was.
Oh, is she wearing a wig, Rosalind?
Yes, but she's Australian and she moved back to Australia, so the last years of her life were not here in the UK, they were back.
Thank you.
Been, James? Where have you been? You know very well. Where?
Isn't it weird? The coat doesn't look... No, it's a different jacket,
yeah.
isn't it? It's not the same coat.
What do you?
Lucy, did we? Did we?
Yes, Jamie. I went to the churchyard and the children's graves have gone. We did it, Jamie. You did it.
You help. A bit. Clutterbuck. Trouble. Camden Town, here we come.
It's all right, darlings. I've had a letter and it's private.
Secrets.
Clutterbuck?
Have a good journey. It's all very well for you. You'll belong to someone again. And what about us? Where do we belong?
Cheerio, swans. Where have you been hiding? Has he finished yet?
In the attic? No, I don't think so. You know that blue vase?
Yes.
Remember, I nearly smashed it when you were trying to get the keys for Mrs. Wickens. No, I couldn't do it. Strange to think of it being here all this time. Probably here before Sarah and Georgie. Probably be here long after we've left.
Probably.
Doesn't really seem fair.
James! Lucy!
Come on.
What does he want? I don't know. He looks pretty nervous as usual.
Mr. Clutterbuck, James, and
Lucy.
Hello again.
Well, when do we go?
Go?
Yes, go. Back to Camden Town. When?
We don't have to go, Jamie.
Briefly, our Mr. Blunden, for some unknown reason, raised himself from his bed of mental misery, hurled himself as best he could last Thursday, 4:30 it was, into the office and said, "Get them papers on the marriage of Miss Sarah and Master Tom." So I bids as I was told, him being the governor, balmy or not, and here they are.
It seems that we are related to these people. They were great-grandparents of Daddy's. Just over 100 years ago, they lived here, and then they went to America.
Not over 100 years ago, exactly 100 years ago, Mrs. Allen. New York, America, 1825. Sarah Latimer of Langley Park married a Thomas Mortimer, a gardener by trade. Very infradig, out of his class he was.
Mr. Clutterbuck has come to tell us that we are the legal owners, not only of the cottage, but of the house itself. We can stay, plus an allowance of £500 a year to keep us in comfort.
In perpetuity.
In what?
For your lifetime, Sonny Jim. I won't go into all the legal logistics. You wouldn't understand. Step this way, if you please. All will be revealed.
Sarah, Tom.
I know.
Great-Grandma Sarah.
Great-Grandpa Tom.
Mr. Blunden.
Mr. Blunden. Mr. Blunden. Which one? Which one?
We three kings of Orient are, my dears.
It's ours, Betty. It's really ours.
So we're coming towards the end of it. Would you like to have any final comments or farewell?
Well, that's very kind. I'd just like to say that, as I said earlier, that for some work that we all were involved in such a long time ago, I'm really proud that people continue to have interest in it.
Yes.
And I think, for me, that's a wonderful compliment and gives me a nice warm glow.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone.
Feel the same.
Yes, me too. Echo. I do love how everyone says goodbye. This was Lionel's.
This was his idea. He did it
his
before.
idea.
It was
And
his.
Yes, and I wave and say, please come again, because he told me to say that. Because obviously he felt one showing was not
Yes.
enough. People had to come back and see it again and again.
Oh.
And that's the famous Bridge at Pinewood that
That's
so
right.
many things have been
Absolutely.
around.
Yeah.
Episodes of golly gosh knows what. And
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember from the credits of the Avengers. But,
Yes,
yes.
But weren't those, so they weren't done here then?
No, but I think the credits were.
Elstree?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Goodbye.
That is a lot of the crew who got given costumes to wear, and my mother was up there, and Mark's chaperone was up there waving. He basically took everybody around him and just said, everybody gets a costume, go to the costume department, and we're all going to wave goodbye, which I thought was so inclusive and
It's
so
kind of
lovely.
sweet. Yeah.
And also everybody's in character waving goodbye, which I
Yes.
think is lovely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just,
Which
Yes.
sort of suggests that nobody died in the fire, although
which is
I think
yes.
yeah.
And we all lived happily ever after.
Yes,
We
that's
did.
right.
Like all good stories.
Yes. Whereas I think probably the bad people didn't come out.
Well, Daddy would have been carted off to the loony bin anyway.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
with his cauliflower ear.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I suppose Bella either did go to seed or spent the rest of her life looking after the twit she married, who
Yes.
was now the penniless twit she married.
Yes. Yes, quite.